Well, how's everybody's night going? Give me a second. Well, I'm hoping everybody's night's going pretty good. Well, this live, Bradley, you may be laughing now. State level, your name, among others, may not be brought up. But did you realize the militia group you belong to, well before Delphi was ever a thing? Do you realize your name sits in my hard copies, the texts, the emails, the recorded calls with a field service agent, Michael Curtis? Do you realize the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, as well as the director of the Indianapolis field office, is already on record admitting to yes, they had agents, including my handler, Michael Curtis, and his new younger partner. The name will be shown here shortly. Come Monday, I've got one thing, and it's a hidden thing I've had up my sleeve. Been waiting for incident to happen. Perfect time to bring out the federal lawsuits. The FBI, Joint Terrorism Task Force, my handler, the same handler that allowed me, after becoming a witness, to become a living victim of the same criminal network that went on to kill Flora, those four angels, Logansport fires, Daniel Hite, Mr. Pearson out of Kokomo. Multiple names I've had in my community wall. Kyra Boeing, Karina McClurkin. What many of you are sitting and laughing watching my videos, you have no clue the hell that's about to come to you. All it took was me taking this stand. One case. If the state didn't want to, there's another team, more than one case, that's allowed to call. Now it's on record in the Delphi documents. It's on record. The FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force is already involved with a investigation, which started just days after Karina McClurkin. The hard copies, the texts, the emails between me and Michael Curtis. You're laughing now. The interviews, the videos, all that just mysteriously is gone, just like the FBI. Oops, we lost the video marathon. Well, guess what I still hold? The who, the what, the when, where, why. Down to your post of you're having a training event there in Delphi. If I remember correctly, and if I just seen the hard copies I have, February 10th on a certain property. How about that? And you think you're laughing and carrying on right now, thinking, guess what? Nobody can ever touch you. Well, guess what, little boy? Federally, you have no clue what the hell sits in my records. The hard copies that I have. I didn't get rid of these. I didn't delete. I didn't hide anything. Every recorded call, every text, every email. Like I said, just days after Karina McClurkin's case, suspects that were already known to Michael Curtis went on to kill and kill again. This agent's lies, disregard, and negligence. Something that's about to hit. I waited to the perfect time to hit with what I'm about to do with my legal team. How about, did you realize there is a third missing and murdered case? Both uh, Hammonds as well as Mullins in Carroll County opened an investigation on a third missing and murdered case. And the intel that was leading to the remains being in Carroll County, just a few miles down the road near another train bridge right there in Cutler. The same individual that was having Anna Williams laugh while he was making threats to me to shut me up. Do you realize that was all recorded? Yeah. There is so much about to come to light. Every bit of the hard copies. I know what I can and cannot show. But when these federal lawsuits, Howard, Carroll County, Indiana State Police, Miami Post, Charles Chuck Myers, Detective Benzinger, how about the investigative prosecutor, Don Whitehead, when KPD was trying to come after me for withholding information for over a year when I was following orders by my handler? You found out the hard way. Oh shit, he's still an active informant. I was only let go when I went to multiple agencies, and you see that in writ with what that agent said. With me going to other agencies using my informant name, his contact information, as well as his identity, are professional or lack thereof relationships no longer there. I lost my protections, my rights up to hill recently. These federal lawsuits are about to hit right before Karina's and Delphi case even starts. The FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, a field service agent by the name of Michael Curtis, his lies, disregard, and negligence, and the total disregard for human life allowed suspects in Baffy informant files to go on, at times, serial killing. Even 96 days after Delphi, there was another individual killed by the same suspects, so that this agent and that agency, and it's not just them. FBI is not the only one to blame, but the same time frame. How about you look up the two mass shootings in Florida by the Joint Terrorism Task Force? They're in Florida. Their lies, disregard, and negligence, refusing to act, allowed young and old alike to be mass killed. The same time frame. One agent's lies, disregard, and negligence, knowing suspects that he knew, suspects that were sitting in years like you, Bradley, in my files. Remember that militia group you joined thinking it was a good old boys club? Oh, good idea. How about all those weapons you forged and was selling within and posting about in that said militia group's social media? Hey, I made this new knife. Oh, I made this. Who sold those? You did that for years. Your buddies that go back to a well-known state trooper, a well-known name in Delphi, there's actually militia members, domestic terrorism suspects that go back, friends with a state trooper that go back in and around more than one federal raid. Multiple of your friends are sitting right there with a state trooper who swore a secondary oath to that militia and you and your friends. You can laugh all you want right now, but more than one case has every right to get a federal special prosecutor involved. My trip to Washington, D.C. here coming up, there's going to be a larger investigation on the negligence, lies, disregard, knowing of intel, having a informant turn witness, turn a living victim, speaking up, trying to save lives, and the FBI, Indianapolis field office, knowing intel, suspects that were sitting Bathy files for years as domestic terrorism threats to life. It wasn't me not seeing something, saying something, just like I was asked. I spoke up and I was let go for trying to save lives, prevent further victims from ever happening. Just like Delphi, if they would have acted on suspects sitting at times months, if not years, in those files, Delphi, among other children's lives, were preventable. All these lives that were lost within that same troubled community by at times serial killing dealers with a revenge, a grudge. All they had to think was, oh, this person possibly rolled on us to become their enemies. And their book of troth, in that book, their enemies, especially their children of their enemies, are acceptable sacrifices to their gods. You've got individuals 18 days after Delphi, the two weapons that were used and covered in the Delphi girl's blood, 18 days after Delphi being paraded around, you can still find on Elijah Cook, Travis Janicki, Kyle Stacy, Gabriel Ellis, their social media accounts about Kyle Stacy's reliving the events, knowing the same rune that was left on a tree. He was posting, letting it be known what that rune means and what it stands for. That was already in blood on a tree with a crow on his February 11th post. There's details that are sitting in those Bathy files. You all may laugh while you can. You can run while you can. But what I am allowed to show, I'm opening the gates of hell, and Bathy tells all. And congratulations, when a federal special prosecutor comes in, none of your little buddies. And how about the RICO issue that goes back to the real estate? How about the appraisers getting nice little favors, monetary gain on just the number one way individuals in and around this drug ring are money laundering. They're cleaning their dirty and bloody money with real estate. And it helps when you got county commissioners, sitting prosecutors that are dealing baby charges for individuals like Gabriel Ellis, no child exploitation charges. It sure helps when his mom's sitting friends with elected officials like the sitting mayor, the same sitting mayor and rank and file, state and local, even elected officials that goes all the way up to a senator. When these federal lawsuits hit, I will have already been and disposed of. My disposition in front of Washington, D.C. The FBI knew, intel refused to act. There is over 75 cases across Indiana, 19 of which were children, all within the troubled community. lost their lives. These children, they didn't deal. But what are dealers like Blaine McClellan, 2014 drug drug partner, dealing partner with her dad, doing on Liberty German's friends list, among many others that go back to this Kokomo drug ring, like Harley Babcock, Trevor Tooley, Dustin Prater, friends with Tyler Joe French. Imagine that. The same little pissant, Tyler Joe French, that says he knows where I live and plans to see me here soon. I wish you would, little boy. You wouldn't even make the court. I'll be the judge, jury. You and any of you little fucking inbred dillers. You need to look how they did Deputy Pickett's murder. When Deputy Pickett and 3 other batches are about to get other killers. The criminal network, they go back and can show back to their killers still to this day. Each and every single one of them. But Brad, you can laugh, and the others don't want to think. The Odinism angle, the FBI knew all about, and they allowed suspects to kill within the troubled community. But nothing to see here. You got elected officials and others, too much money, their political careers at stake if the truth came out. Why multiple children are no longer here. It's their family that even like Del Wood end up going up and dealing family business as usual up to his 2021 bust. Look who Del Wood is to Liberty German. Business like usual. But wait till these federal lawsuits hit. It's a laughing matter till it gets serious. And just wait till I see DC. It's going to be one hell of a trip. And what's causing? It's going to have the director at the FBI, DEA, Homeland Security, all these agencies, new intel on serial killers of little kids and refuse to act. Like I said, Washington, D.C. and these lawsuits are going to prove a lot. And all it takes me to sit as a federal informant, turn witness when I stopped to help a girl that was 2 weeks into her birthday, that was used as a drug trafficking mule as a child, didn't even get to see adulthood, lost her life to the same suspects that went on to kill other children just like her. 1, 2, 3, forever and always going to be fighting for justice for you. All hell is about to break loose. You cannot fight darkness with darkness. Only light can do that. I'm about to be the light in this darkness. And I don't delete, I don't hide. I've got the hard copies down to every bit of the cell data in my possession. Just wait. Hell is coming for each and every single one of you inbred dealers and involved with more than one child's death. You are no good. And just like my namesake, I'm hunting evil. They don't come after you. We are legion. There's plenty that will.